Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Thanks for being here. Before I get to the couple of slides I want to share with you, I did want to do a little bit more of an introduction of me. And I would say that it's probably going to get a little crowded out there in those seats. As Dean Roth said, he was in your seats, parents, last year, right? And I want to tell you, students, I was in your seat looking at an education at the University of Hartford. And I hate to tell you, it was not last year that I was looking at the Barney School. It was a long time ago. But I would tell you all that I really and truly believe that my education at the University of Hartford really launched me. I had a brilliant career in business. I would tell you I was an executive in 2 insurance companies over the course of my career. I was a partner at IBM for about 12 years. It was just really one of my high points, I think, in my career. And so very successful in big corporate business, and then I decided to take early retirement and now able to be involved in a small business as an entrepreneur, yet one of the other degrees that we offer here. So I really encourage you to think seriously about some of the things you've heard already, because I think that they've even evolved more since I've been here. Some of these real tenets that the dean talked about career ready and about socially aware and socially responsible and globally aware. So back to Bar 211, I would love to tell you about what we do for this particular focus on career ready. We meet the students of Bar 211 as sophomores, and they are taking this course in preparation for their 3rd year where they're going to be doing their internships. They have to take Bar 211, it's required before they can do their internships. So it's a 2-part experience, Bar 211. We meet in what's called a breakout session once a week. And in that breakout session, we work on resumes, and we work on cover letters, and we work on interviewing skills, and etiquette, and all those good things that really are the foundations of being present and being that cut above the rest in the pursuit of an internship or eventually employment. So I would like to tell you, I may be short, but I'm tough, and I'm a tough professor. I grade tough. I expect a lot from the students, but I think what my students would tell you is that I'm in it for them. That not only do I just, for example, if they've turned in a resume and graded those resumes, but I had a student come to me afterwards, not to argue about his grade, but to say, can we meet? Because I have an interview for an internship next week, and I want this resume to be right. And so we met. I spent extra hours with him, and he went to the Career Center, and lo and behold, had a great experience interviewing with UTC for a tax intern opportunity. Just had another one last week with a cover letter, same thing. Got a grade, didn't come up and say, why did I get this grade? They said, I want this to be right so I can be ready. And I would say that it's not just me, Dean Roth. There's such an investment in our faculty to be in the game with our students. We just really feel the commitment, not to just teach some nuts and bolts about resumes, but to really help people be career ready. So that's the first half of the experience in the week. And then the second half of the experience in the week is what we call speaker series. And this is where we have the real rock stars that come in each Friday and speak to the students about their career. And some of the things that inspired them, some of the lessons they learned, and try to impart that real world message to our students. So I wanted to give you a few examples. We like our speakers to have some connection with the Barney School. That's our ideal because, again, we want that connection for our students. But sometimes it's some other, like, second degree of separation to the Barney School, whether they graduated from another college of the university or have current children at the university. It could be a lot of different things, but mostly they're Barney graduates. So, for example, Dave Shupp is actually a good friend of mine, and he was at the Barney School many, many years ago, and he spoke to the students. He is currently now actually an honorary regent. He was a regent for many years, and now he's in an honorary regent status. So as you can imagine, he's had a stellar career and is well respected at the university. So here he comes to speak to the students. and you can imagine what he did. He wrote on the whiteboard, 2.1, and he turned around and he said, what do you think that number means to the students in the class? Do you know what it was? Do you know what they said? What is it? GPA. It was his GPA freshman year, and he was asked to leave the university, the Barney School. So he went to work. He actually went to work at IBM doing the punch card thing. That was that long ago. And his boss at IBM said, you will go back to the Barney School, and you will do well, and you will graduate, and then I'll be there at the other end to hire you. So he did. He did come back, and believe me when I tell you, he was not a 2.1 at the end of his 4 years at the Barney School, and then on to just such a great path of respect that we have for him here. We've had other speakers that, and even some interesting things, like Brian Berger was the CFO of California Closets, graduate of the Barney School. He came, and what we did with him was we Skyped his son from London, who was also doing an internship. So between the two of them, he in the classroom and his son on Skype, talked to the students about the internship experience and how to get ready for that. So that was a fabulous experience, I think, for the students. We had Jessica Cushing come. Students loved her. She had the hot job, I'll tell you. She was working for Ticket Network. I don't know if folks know that. You younger folks may know StubHub and all those. Well, Ticket Network's over in South Windsor, so she talked to them about that kind of work environment where you bring your dogs and you play pool, like in the conference room while you're having meetings. And so as you can imagine, there were many students that thought that would be a great internship, and they were really looking to connect with her after class. So we've also had several folks that are really in some pretty high-powered roles on Wall Street. Jeff Klotz spoke last semester. He's coming again this semester because he was so well received by the students. Again, another great connection that comes out of these speaker series. A student approached him after class and said, I would love to come shadow you. I want to take the train down to New York City and shadow you for a day. He said, absolutely, absolutely. That student still talks about that experience today. And found that that is where he wants to be in his career, in some kind of financial management role, hopefully on Wall Street. So we're going to have Patrick Kinney come to join us this semester in a couple of weeks. He's an executive at Travelers. He also has seen a lot of students come through, either in internships or wanting to pursue employment, and he feels like he's got some pretty tough love messages he wants to share with our students, and we want him to do that. We want everybody to know, real world, what it's really like out there. Okay, and then we find to end up with, just again in the sampling of our menu of great speakers, we had twins come. I relate to this. I have twins, and these guys were graduates of the university, both of them, one in IT and one in the School of Business, and they started this. They actually had some company-type initiatives going on even when they were students here. But after they graduated, they started this company, One Mighty Roar, and it's a digital marketing company. And they were recently written up in Boston Globe as in the top, the Beehive 25, I think it is. It's like up and coming. Students loved it. They loved hearing from young, recent graduates that have really gotten a good taste of the real world and experienced success. So we've had a really nice menu of speakers, I think, for them. So that's bar to 11. And what I want to end with is, so here I'm going to shift over now and join Dean Roth in the parent seat to tell you last year I did sit in this room with my son. He was looking, one of my sons, I told you I had twins, Harrison, he was looking at Barney School. And he did decide to come to the Barney School. He's in his academic junior year. He transferred in. And he said to me, I said, we don't talk a lot about it because you know what that's like. Your mother doesn't ask too many questions. But I said, how's it going? And he said, I don't know why, but I wish they taught me a little more in high school about some of the things that now they just expect here. I said, oh, really? That's one of my favorite lines as a mother. Really? And he said, so, I said, what does that mean to you? What do you mean? And he says, well, they really make you think all the time. You have to, be this independent thinker. And I said, oh, career ready. Love it. they make you solve problems and work in groups all the time. That's business, career ready, love it. And, and just all those skills that we talk about as our mission, he's playing them out, and they're hard. He's finding it not easy, it's a demanding environment, but he's really rising to that level of leadership that I expect from him, and I would hope that you would all, as you sit in your seats, expect in yourselves. So I have to tell you, I'm not going to be able to stay today because I have a family commitment, but I know there's such great, capable people that will be able to answer your questions. I would just like to say thanks for listening to my somewhat personal journey, along with this wonderful foundation for career readiness that I've been given the opportunity to teach. And I do truly, sincerely hope you consider the University of Hartford so that I could see every one of you in 2 years in Bar 211. So thank you.